Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again. It is early Friday morning. I think it's the 6th or the 7th here in Mississippi. I should be in bed, but I've been sleeping most of the day. And I was preparing to go and finish it. But I thought about what if something happened and I didn't wake up tomorrow? Is there anything that I could sum up what I've been talking about? Can't get this thing, so I wish you could see me clear, but can't. That I could sum up what I've been talking about in a few words. And I think I came up with this. Please, I'm going to say something to you that you probably have heard before, but you definitely have not believed. And you don't know it. Here it is. Everything that exists at one time did not, in the form that it's in now, at least as we can identify it. There's another power that's responsible for all the things that we can, and that is the ultimate power. Beauty and harmony has been designed, and for we as human beings to experience it. And what is it? Peace. To experience prosperity. To experience freedom. To experience joy of life. To experience your dreams coming true. To have your needs, your wants, and your desires met at your leisure. And this includes, but not limited to, all of those things that are essential, first of all, for survival, and the other things that are involved in life for you as individuals. All of this, my friends. And the only thing that is required of you is to be who you are, to be who and what you were created to be. And really, to explain that to you, you were created to be a creator along with the rest of humankind on this earth, to create thy will be done here as it is done in heaven, to be guided by that spirit of basic love. And in that process, each of us has been given that particular gift that we can conclude as a career. A career, and it's really of our choice, because therein lies the greatest joy that one could ever experience. And food and clothing and shelter and education and health care, these things are kind of essential for survival. These things are guaranteed. But on top of that, you got transportation, you got infrastructure, and you got all of the things that comes to the minds of human beings, which are messages from the almighty power that we call the invisible God, so that we can continue the manifestation for the purpose for which we are here. And that's all that's required, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, that's all that is required. You being happy at what you came here to do, and everything else is fine. But we know we don't experience that kind of life. And it is simple. Right now, it is really simple to understand the tools that are used. You see, what happens is this. There is something that does not want all of the human race to experience the love that I've just articulated. In other words, there is a power that wants to control the human race, all of the human race, but apparently does not have that authority yet. And so he come up with a plan. That power came up with a plan to deceive us as human beings and cause us to separate. And one thing that that power said is that we do not need to become one. We don't need to work together to look after one another. They say that's the old way. They say that's the crooked way. That's the bad way. If, my friends, they suggest, if you follow a different plan, you can use money instead of that cooperation. And that money will allow you to do anything that you could have ever done with cooperation. And now you don't have to cooperate. You don't have to be dealing with people here. Remember, they told you that you were more special than some, that you were entitled to some, you were entitled to more than some, that you were uniquely special. And because you accepted that, then you were able to play the game to feed this particular spiritual guidance. And in its operation, it required and requires lying and cheating and stealing and hatred and racism and bigotry and crime and violence and terror and war. All of this exists as a result of that divider, that deception. This it's its foundation. This is what it is built on. And when there are no more people to be used, there's no one else to sacrifice, no one else to pay the price, then it will end. Because it's just like something that's happening in the United States of America. Let me put it this way. It's something that's happening with the 41st President of the United States. There's some lying and stuff that started taking place, and it's taking everybody down that sticks with it. And when you turn your back and does not support 100% that evilness, they turn their back on you for being good. So this is an example of all the things that's happening. And ladies and gentlemen, everything I have shared with you is evident right before your very eyes, if you can only see it. But it's no good just to see it. You got to learn from it by changing from it and become what you want to be, and not what you've been made to be by a lie. So I just wanted to say that to you before I go to bed tonight and leave that with you. And I want to thank you so very much for giving me this your time. And if there is another, Eddie Marcus say goodbye.